Well, amazingly, it's already been about 1,000 miles since I installed the 35-inch mud terrain tires on the Tundra. So in today's video, I want to talk about how those have impacted overall fuel economy. Before I get into numbers, here's a quick look at the tires that I'm running on the truck. These are a set of Goodyear Fierce Attitudes. It's a mud terrain tire in a 35 by 12.5, sitting on the stock limited TRD off-road 20-inch wheels. I'd never heard of Fierce Attitude tires before, but I'm a huge fan of the Duratrax, and that's what I was planning on getting. But because of all the supply chain issues, they didn't have any in stock, so I decided I'd go ahead and try these out. I figured it'd be a good chance to experience a mud terrain tire and see how they compare with an all-terrain tire, not only for my own experience, but also hoping to give you guys some information on that in a future video down the road. So far, I've been pretty impressed with the tire. They're definitely harsher than the tires that came stock on the truck. Not surprisingly, an all-terrain tire would be as well, but not terribly so. And performance off-road's been pretty good as well. So I'm pretty pleased with them overall, but still test them out a little bit more before I give you guys a full rundown in terms of how these compare with an all-terrain tire. One thing to note about a mud terrain tire is that they are significantly heavier than an all-terrain tire, and that's also going to have a pretty negative impact on fuel efficiency. This tire weighs about 62 pounds compared with about 40 pounds for a similarly sized Goodyear Duratrax, and so a lot heavier, which doesn't mean you're just carrying an additional 22 pounds, but you're rotating 22 pounds. And so with every revolution of the wheel and tire, that's a lot of additional force that you've got to compensate for. So you're probably going to see better fuel efficiency with an all-terrain tire than you will with a mud terrain tire. But with that, let's get into some numbers. The all-new Tundra is available with two different powertrains, both 3.4-liter twin-turbo 6 cylinders. This is the standard gas model, and it's also available with a hybrid component. EPA numbers on this are 17 miles per gallon in the city and 22 miles per gallon on the highway. And if it were a hybrid, it'd be rated at 19 miles per gallon in the city and 22 miles per gallon on the highway. Both of those are huge improvements over the outgoing 5.7-liter V8 of the second generation model, which had an EPA rating of 13 miles per gallon in the city and 17 miles per gallon on the highway. Unfortunately, in real-world driving, I have seen significantly lower than 17 and 22 prior to installing the 35-inch tires. I've got another video that I posted where, in summary, I basically was getting about 14 miles per gallon in the city and 19 miles per gallon on the highway, putting it a lot closer to that second generation model. So I was pretty concerned when I upsized to 35-inch tires that I would see another dramatic drop in fuel efficiency. Fortunately, the drop hasn't been as bad as it could be. One thing to keep in mind when you are running these calculations is that going from the stock tire to an oversized tire, the trip computer is not going to be reliable anymore unless you've recalibrated that. Reason being that if the tire has increased in size, and with that the circumference of the tire has increased, with every revolution of the tire, you're going to be covering more distance. So you've got to run some numbers to take that into consideration. I've done that, and with my truck, I'm seeing about 14 miles per gallon in the city and 18 miles per gallon on the highway. So basically just a 1 mile per gallon drop in highway driving and seeing about the same rating for city driving. The trip computer messes me up a little bit because you see about a 1 mile per gallon difference on that. But, you know, not as bad as it could be. Again, not satisfying either because I'm well below those EPA numbers. I was hoping to start a lot closer to 17 and 22 so that when I dropped, maybe I was more at like 16 and 20 or something, but I'm not. So 14 and 18, those are the official Driven Companion numbers with a set of 35-inch mud terrain tires. So not surprisingly, a set of 35-inch mud terrain tires does have a negative impact on fuel efficiency, but not as much as I would have expected. And it makes me inclined to think that maybe a set of 35-inch all-terrain tires would have a pretty negligible effect, given that these tires are significantly heavier. As I mentioned earlier, I'll probably upgrade to a set of aftermarket wheels and another set of tires down the road. I haven't decided on 35s or 37s, but if I do, I'll let you guys know what the fuel efficiency is on those as well and give you a comparison with this setup. If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and for more videos of the all-new Tundra, be sure to subscribe. In the meantime, thanks for watching.